Hey. This is Lisa A, and you're listening to Who's That Star on LCC Connect at Lansing Community College. Who's That Star is a behind-the-scenes show where I sit down and talk with the employees at the college. This is an inside look at LCC where you will have a chance to learn about their passions, projects, what inspires them both at work and in their personal lives. I'm your host, Lisa Alexander. I'm so excited to get a chance to talk to all the people who make LCC great. This show is for you to get to know the people that work at Lansing Community College a little bit more and see what makes them tick. Are you ready? Okay, let's go see who's today's star. Hey, Who's That Star peeps? How's it going? I hope all is well with you today. I'm so excited to bring our next star to you. She holds a special place in my heart. I can't wait for you to get a chance to learn more about this star. Today, our star was born and raised in Mexico, where she earned a bachelor's degree in social work and worked several years as a psychotherapist in the Social Rehabilitation Center for Minor Offenders, providing mental health services and teaching them social skills to ease their reintegration into society. In 2003, our star moved to Lansing, Michigan, looking for a better life. After some years of struggling with the language barrier, in 2008, she became a student at Lansing Community College studying English as a second language. While at LCC, she had the honor to be a trio and Lucero student. While studying at LCC, her first student job was in the cafeteria making cookies and all kind of goodies. Ooh, I wish I'd knew her back then because we would have been definitely besties for sure. Then she became a Spanish tutor, teaching Spanish students from diverse backgrounds in the tutoring center. In 2013, she transferred to Michigan State University, where she earned a Bachelor's of Arts in social work. And in 2017, she earned a Master's of Social Work with a clinical specialization. During her undergraduate studies at Michigan State University, she enjoyed studying abroad in Mexico, where she did a community service and also piloted an internship program for the School of Social Work. Additionally, she served as a student researcher in the School of Social Work and the Social Science College. Our star worked as a fellow teacher, peer mentor, for TRIO students, supporting them with their transition from high school to college. She also had the opportunity to work with migrant seasonal farm workers, students in the high school equivalency program, it's HEP, empowering them emotionally and academically while pursuing their GED. Working with students in different capacities helped her to realize that her professional passion is serving students. Therefore, she gave a twist to her social work profession, and she completed a 1-year internship in the Center for Academic and Career Pathways at Lansing Community College. Right after graduating from MSU, she then began her journey as an academic success coach. This star enjoys spending time with her family and friends, reading, writing, cooking, and traveling, and when possible, watching Netflix. However, what she loves the most after her family is sleeping. And I love that for her and me because I love sleeping too. All right, I think it's time for us to learn who's today's star. Drum roll, please. Today's star is
Adriana Carreon.
Adriana, I'm so excited to have you on Who's That Star today. Are you ready to get started?
Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm so ready.
Okay, so we're going to jump right in. How long have you worked at LCC?
I've been working at LCC, well, I would say close to 11 years because I started as a student employee. Mm-hmm. But in my current position, I've been working 7 years in a couple of months.
Right. I'm excited because Adriana was my student intern in academic advising, and I was also had an opportunity to see her grow and become a success coach, which I really feel like this is an excellent job. This is like the basic marriage of social work in higher ed, where you get an opportunity to work with students, and you've heard about it, and I'm gonna let her talk to you about it. But I'm excited because this is like my baby, and she just does an excellent job, and she's just like a wonderful clinician, and she cares about her students. So, all right, I'm sorry, I had to go, and I already told this, but tell us, what department do you work here at Lansing Community College, and what is your official title?
Well, I work in student success, and my title is academic success coach.
Okay, and can you explain to me in one sentence what your job is?
My job is to support students so they can accomplish their academic and personal goals.
Okay. And then now, what does that look like in a day-to-day? What does that look like when you say that?
Giving advice to students on how to study, how to improve academic skills, connecting them with resources, and having that talk that sometimes they don't have with mom and dad.
Right. Kind of keep them on track and guide
Yes.
them and things like that. And so I noticed when I was reading your intro, you talked about already having a bachelor's degree from Mexico.
Yes.
And then you had to come here and get a bachelor's degree again in social work again. Can you talk to us about why that was?
Well, when I moved to the States, I didn't speak English. So I have that degree, but I thought the best idea was to start from zero to learn about policies, which is different from Mexico, and then to improve the language skills.
Right. And so coming to LCC really helped you with practicing and using English more, or did you have a basic skill before you started as a student here?
No, I didn't speak any English at all. I have to go through the English as a second language classes for a good number of years, probably like 5 years.
Okay.
And then because at that time we had to go through the first level to the 5 level in order to start taking college classes. So yeah, it took me a little bit to start taking the classes to transfer to a 4-year institution.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, because when you were here initially starting, we did have that ESOL pathway, and
Correct.
now it's shortened. You do part of the beginning learning at the Lansing School District. It could be other places in our community that do it, but I just know about Lansing School District. You do the first couple of ESO courses there or community places around our community, and then you can come here for the second tier, the higher courses, and test and get ready to go into your college level classes. But I think that you were able to move on and help other second English as second language learners. Did you have a good feeling about that when you were able to do that?
Oh, yes, I love it. I wish I can have more students in my caseload learning English as a second language or coming from a similar background that I came from. So then I can support them, because I remember those times and I don't want anybody to struggle the way I struggle, because there were not so many people supporting ESL students at that time.
Right, yeah. And it's like there was a group like Lucero. When you went through Lucero, you had Felipe was over the program when you were here, right?
When I started, Felipe wasn't here. He started at LCC, I think a couple of years after I started English as a second language.
Okay.
Then when struggled a little bit until Felipe was here, because there were not so many people speaking Spanish at that time as well.
Okay.
So, we communicated as much as I could with, like signals and
Right.
and having people supporting, translating, with meeting with advisors. So when Felipe came in, it was just like a a blessing,
right?
Because he was there for all of the ESL students.
And now that's a full circle because you get to be a blessing for people that come here and may not know how to speak English, but you give them that opportunity to have someone that they can communicate with, a live person. You know, I think that's a good thing, you know, that you're able to do that. Now, I met this guy, he was from Cuba, and he just got here. And it's so funny how time has changed because he has the app where it translates, right? So we were in Hungry Howie's, and we holding a whole conversation because we're using the translating app. And I'm just saying, like, you would have loved that back in the day, probably when you first came, huh?
Yeah, it will be great to have that kind of technology at that time. It will be very helpful.
Yeah, I know. So now, look, you're the live technology. You're here to help our students, and you know, not that that's your role, but it's just inherent. If you're able to speak a language, it can help break down a communication barrier. You know, you kind of will. And knowing that how you came here, I just think that's a full circle moment. I just realized that. I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but okay. All right, so we talked about what you do here at LCC. What is life like for you outside of working at LCC?
Well, it's being a mom, wife, sister, auntie. Yeah, and most times friend than the actual Adriana.
Right.
There is not too much time to be myself sometimes, but yeah, that's me. I want to be always present for my family, my relatives, my friends, and everybody who is in need of having a conversation or just have fun.
Do you feel that you get your desire to help people with success coaching and meeting those social work goals doing that job?
Yes. So my dream actually was to become an academic advisor. But then when I learned about this position and what success coaches do, I was like, this is my description. So I should do this. And yeah, I am so happy. And sometimes I find myself doing coaching out of work, because when I go to places and I see people that I know and I know they can take advantage of programs or just improving their life through education, I don't miss the opportunity to talk about that.
Right. That's what I was saying. You talked about how outside of here, you know, what your life is like. It sounds like you're doing success coaching at work and at home and in your other life with your different people that you deal with. But I think that's kind of what we do as social workers. We kind of carry that with us all the time. But what are some of your hobbies and how did you get into them?
My big one is cooking.
I was going to mention that, but yeah, talk about that for us.
Yeah, it is cooking. I was probably like 9 years old when I started cooking. I come from a very big family, and my mom was always doing everything. Like in Mexican families, mom does basically everything at home, and girls help. So we all helped my mother to do laundry, and it was not doing a washer machine.
No, it was by hand.
Yes. So, and I didn't like that. That was not my favorite activity. And I once told my mom, I can help you to cook and you can do my laundry. And she said, you don't know how to cook. Well, I don't know, but you can tell me step by step and I can do it.
Right.
And it was a good idea for her. So, yeah, she was telling me step by step, and I cooked a complete meal that day. And after that, I was like, I just falling in love with cooking. Yeah.
Wow. Because so what y'all don't know is I mean, some maybe, but Adriana makes these tamales bomb.com. Okay. And the thing of it is, I really don't want to tell people because then I don't want people bugging her all the time. But like these tamales are so good. And so what happened is, we had some pork ones one time she had made, and my partner, he don't eat pork. So I gave some to my goddaughter's mother. Oh my goodness. She was trying to stalk you down. She was trying to find out who made these tamales because they were so good. And then she made some chicken ones. I liked them all. I got the chicken ones and I ate the pork ones. But what other things did you cook really well besides tamales? Just want to put that out there just to find out for myself. What's another top dish that you cook that's easy to transport to work?
Oh, okay. Now I understand. I don't know. Any kind of Mexican dishes. I will not say like a best one. I think all are good, and I think this is mostly like I've not only fallen in love with cooking, but like feeding people. Like it's so feeling to see how people enjoy food.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So I started just cooking a little bit more, and I try any kind of Mexican dishes and other my husband is a super fan of Chinese food, so I learned to cook some dishes as well. So,
okay. Now, so let me ask you this, and I'll get off of food in a minute because I can talk about food for this whole 30 minutes or whatever. But so is elite, is that Mexican food for real, or is that American Mexican food?
Can you say it again?
Maybe I'm saying it wrong. Is it elite? It's the corn with the stuff on it and the cheese.
Okay, esquite.
Oh, that's how you say it?
Yes, esquite.
Esquite?
Yes, correct.
Okay, no. See, I never heard it that way before, and I probably won't be able to say it again. But is that real Mexican food, or is that American Mexican food?
No, that's Mexican.
Oh, with the corn on the cob and the stuff all on it and
yes.
the tahini?
Yeah.
Do you know how to make that real good like that stuff?
I do.
Oh, my goodness. That is I love that. I love that. Okay, so.
Okay, I'm taking note.
Yeah, take note. And my birthday, December 7th, so in case you just want to throw that out there. Okay, let me move on from the food because this next question is, what really lights you up and makes you excited in your life? You can see that food does that for me, but what does that for you, Adriana?
I believe that what makes me more happy is to my family and to see happy my son and my husband and the rest of my family.
Like, do you have family outside of your immediate family that live in the United States, or is most of your family still in Mexico?
I have one sister living in Lansing and one sister living in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And the rest of them are in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
And we are 10 siblings.
10 siblings. Okay, so y'all deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is a lot. Do you go home to Mexico often?
Not too often, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's hard to, well, I don't know. Is it expensive to travel from there to here? Or?
There are many factors. Like, it is expensive, but it's also health issues.
Right. Different things going on that can prevent
time.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I get it, definitely. And it's hard to make that, it's hard sometimes to get away, especially when you got other things going on. But I know you like going, and I know they probably miss you.
I do.
They need to come over here and have a reunion and, come and see you and your sisters. That would be nice. It's my dream.
Yeah.
I like that. So, okay. What life lesson have you learned the hard way?
I think the hardest was like listening to my body. I am a very active person. I have to be doing things the whole day, and sometimes it's like very late, and I am still doing things.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a time when my body was asking me to stop a little bit, and I continued doing it until I had to face a very difficult challenge. So I think it's the hardest ones that I learned.
Because your energy level and your mind, like, you want to get stuff done. And if you over push yourself, you can end up harming yourself more. And so I'm glad you learned that. That's a good one. I didn't have that problem, but I'm glad you figured it out.
Well, thank you.
I'm glad that you are taking care of you, right? And sometimes, because Adriana will take care of other people, and she'll do other things, and she goes and does a lot for her students. And I think sometimes, not that you don't want to do that, but if you push yourself too far, you no good to anybody, and because you're not any good to yourself, so you can't help anybody. So I'm glad that you've learned that lesson and you take care of yourself and put yourself first, because you should. My next question is, what are you most proud of in the last year that you've done?
I am very proud of coming back to work in person. I was at home, working from home until last year. I tried to come back, and it was difficult. I had to go back to work from home. And it's been a transition, a very difficult transition. There are many factors that impact me, still impacting me when I am on campus. I am working really hard on overcome this, but I feel so proud of myself because it wasn't easy. It's still not easy, but it's better now.
Yeah. No, I understand that. And, not to just go down this rabbit hole, but if there's other things that's going on with you, the pandemic highlights those things, right?
Yes.
Like it highlighted those things, and it made you think about how you interact with people. It changed a lot of things in how we do life and live life and what you got to think about. And it put a light on just different health concerns that I don't think that people necessarily paid attention to prior to the pandemic. And so that's one of those, I think, yay, we're going to do this again. And I put the applause because sometimes it's hard just to keep going and doing things that we know we need to do, but it's difficult. And so when you make those steps to do that, I want to cheer you on because that's a success. And every day I'm so happy that I get a chance to see you on campus now.
Thank you.
And I know that your students getting an opportunity to work with you in person, it makes a difference. Getting to see somebody like you, getting to see somebody overcome struggles or things that they didn't want to do, but they're doing now, it makes a difference. And so you're impacting people. And so I'm proud of you for that.
Thank you, Lisa.
So what was your first job?
My first job was when I was 18 years old, after graduating from college, because I graduated from college at 18 years old. I started working as a social worker, as a clinician. And you mentioned in the introduction, and the Center of Rehabilitation for Minor Offenders. I was doing psychotherapy at 18 years old.
Wow. Different system, right? Had you had education to, did you have your bachelor's then while you was doing that? Is the system different educational wise as far as, because you're so young doing that job, did you have your bachelor's then, or were you working on your bachelor's while you were doing it? How did that go?
No, I earned my bachelor's when I was 18. I jumped from basically, in Mexico, middle school is 3 years. So when I graduated from middle school, I was 15. Okay. Then I jumped from middle school to college. There was a blessing.
Oh, that's a different system for real.
Well, it happened because I was a very dedicated student. So having good grades at that time will give you an opportunity to push you up. Yes.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So, I knew you were bright, but that makes sense now. Because if like I said, she puts in extra work. She was a great student to have to do an internship with because she knew her stuff. And she was teaching me it had been years since I had kind of been out of school. So I was learning some of the new medications from her and different things like that. So, yeah, I could see where you would put in all that work to be able to move.
I can say that it wasn't an easy job because I was working with people almost my own age. Right. I had to work a little bit in order to get credibility
Yeah.
First of all, to be hired, and second, to show that I was a social worker and I was ready to work and to try to help people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like you had to prove yourself constantly. And then like coming here, that's a whole conversation in itself, like to have the nerve to come here, leave your family and come to, America, not knowing the language, having to learn the language, and then navigate all these different systems to become the success that you are. So like, I think that's so great. And I think like that's its whole nother podcast, right? I think we could just have a whole nother podcast on grit and, not giving up on yourself and doing that. Like, I think that's so super cool. What activity instantly calms you?
Listening to music, meditating,
Mm-hmm.
or sleeping.
Sleeping, like. Now, let me ask you, has sleeping always been one of your like favorite hobbies, or is it something that's happened as you gotten older?
I think it's happening now. In the past, I don't think I was like very into it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to sleep. And so when I am sleeping, it's a blessing, and I can sleep like many hours.
It's a good thing. I love that. Like, to me, that's my entertainment. Like, oh, okay, you get home from work, you do whatever you got to do around the house. I'm ready to jump in the bed, okay? I'm so excited. I love winter, and now that we're in fall and the time it's getting darker, I love, just snuggling and getting in the bed and falling asleep and waking up. But it's not good when you got to get up the next day. But
Yeah.
so yeah, no, I love that. All right, we're almost out of time. I hate that, but I got a question. I like this question. And if all your needs were met, time and money were not a factor, what would you spend your time and energy doing?
I will do community work, like supporting people, helping people, especially people not speaking the English language, so they can improve their lives. One of my dreams was to go to one of the Latin American countries, to one of those small communities, to teach people different skills. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
To improve their lives. Yeah. I hope I can do it once.
Yeah, mission work, like people would do that. Or I know some people go with their churches and go over and do that kind of work. I think that's admirable. I think, that's a positive way, giving back, and that's still with your social work spirit.
Mm-hmm.
I thank you for taking time today to come on Who's That Star. Is there anything you want to leave the folks with before we end our time together?
I just want to say that working with students is the best that happened in my life in regards of my professional career. It's very rewarding. It can be a little bit difficult sometimes, but not that bad to just like think about not doing anymore. I love working with students, and I don't see myself doing other things, I just like really enjoy it.
You'll be with the students, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody, you heard it here first. Adriana's not going nowhere. She's staying with these students
Not
and
for
working
now.
with the students. Well, not for now. I'm gonna try to hold on to her. But thank you again for coming on Who's That Star? And until next time, you've been listening to Who's That Star? I'm Lisa A, and you can listen to this episode of Who's That Star and other shows from LCC Connect anytime online at lccconnect.org. Thank you for listening. Catch me next time to find out who's that star.